Hey friends, thanks so much for joining me today. So today I have a treat for you. We are using Delicate Dreams, which comes with, if you purchase the suite, you can get the stamps, the dies, two types of DSP. I'm only showing you one set. The other one is mostly copper or bronze, I guess, whichever one you want to say. I'm calling it coppery. Also, it comes with these beautiful embellishments, which are nice and flat, so it makes it for easy mailing, and ribbon, which I opted not to get. But we're going to be using this to make this beautiful, check it out, triple panel diamond pop-out card. How cool is that? So much layering, so much dimension. This is one of those cards that you might want to just hand the recipient because it's pretty hefty and it's thick, although it does fit into an A2 size envelope, but it is bulky, so you may want to just, hand deliver it. And who wouldn't want to receive a card like that, right? So as usual, I've been putting all my measurements all on the back here, along with the name. Who did I get this from? Someplace on Pinterest. I don't remember. I usually put their name on the back here, but this one I did not. So I did change up the measurements just slightly, but that's what we're making. This is a retired DSP. I'm going to be using, as I said, Delicate Dreams to make this gorgeous card. Make sure you stick to the end and I'll show you a thank you card that I also created with this set. So let's put this aside. The other two items I am using is the beautiful pattern embossing folder. So that's really pretty. If you saw my last video, I think 2 videos ago, I used this as well. And I said that it actually reminded me of Bounty paper towels. So you'll have to let me know in the comments if you agree. And then the other item I'm using, and last I checked when I recorded this video, this was still available. This was our January product of the month. How do you get the product of the month? Well, when you place a $75 order, you can add your choice of whatever product of the month it is at that time. And it doesn't have to be from that month. Let's say you missed January and this is still available. Then you can get that for $5. I just love the bold sayings on this one. It's just so amazing. I love the font. I love the sayings. Just so pretty. All right, so let's set all this stuff aside. And the DSP. The DSP is absolutely stunning. As I said, it has copper foiling. Here, let me show it to you because you really didn't get a good look at it. But hopefully it picks up. I think it does. Yeah, you see how there's that gorgeous copper or bronze in the DSP? And then this one is all that way. This one, I love how they put the different colors with it. And then the back side of that is more of a subtle pattern. This one has basic gray as the subtle pattern. And this one here, I believe you can actually use the dies to cut these pretty flowers out from here. Maybe even these leaves. I haven't tried that yet. Then we have the back side. And then this piece here, which I used a whole piece already. And I'll show you the back side. It's green, mossy meadow. And then we have this gorgeous piece also with these tiny little bronze flowers, and the back side is balmy blue, or could be that new hydrangea hue, which is, I believe, so I'm actually leaving for on stage tomorrow, and we'll find out whether that's one of the new in colors, hydrangea hue, because they did mention it in this pack on the back where it shows all the color names. And then this here with some, I guess it could be either feathers or leaves, right? Either or. And then that last piece. So really pretty, gorgeous paper. I could not resist, so I did buy this, and I also did buy the one that is all gold, not gold, bronze, but mostly it's like geometric patterns, I think, if I remember correctly. So, yeah. All right, so let's see what we got here. Got all my parts and pieces here. Put these aside. All right, so we are going to start with what? I think I'm going to start with, let's start adhering some of these pieces. A couple of these pieces I am going to emboss. I think I'm going to emboss the 2 or 4 or 3. I'm not sure if I'm going to do all of them or just 2 of them. I think I might just do the 2 that go on the back. So let's put that with the embossing folder so I could remember to do that. And then we have 2 other panels that are going to go on the front here. Here, let me show you how this all lays out. So these will go on the front. And then we have this piece as well is going on the front. Then this piece is going to layer on the back of the card, which is where you'll write your message. And if you want to stamp an additional sentiment back there, you can also do that. All right, so we are going to adhere these. All right, yeah, let's do that. But before I do that, I want to adhere these pieces because I'm going to be cutting these on the diagonal. So, and I want them to dry completely before I cut them, because wouldn't it stink if they all slid around, right? All right, so I hate to cover up that back part, but we're going to use the subtle pattern. All right, so let's add some glue. And you do want to make sure that you get the edges as well as the center, because we are going to be cutting this. So let's just add some liquid glue. I am also using a cardstock, which I just found in my drawer, and it was gorgeous. It's an old Stampin' Up product that was called Brushed Gold. Oh, wow, is it pretty. But you won't see much of it because it's just a layering piece. So here, let me show it to you. But isn't this gorgeous? Look at that. I just think that's so, so pretty. And it's both sides are like that. So, and it's nice, thick cardstock. So I must have been hoarding that. Hoard no more, right? Hoard no more. All right, let's put this other piece down. Got to use that pretty DSP. I know I'm a hoarder of DSP, but I found that, you know what? It's just paper. And wouldn't it be nice to gift it to someone else in the shape of a card? So what I like to call it is a hug with a fold. Yeah, that's such a great saying. And so true. Sometimes we can't give our friends hugs, so we send them cards. And it does almost the same effect. Plus it's handmade, so really, I mean, how could you go wrong, right? All right, let's just adhere these all down. And I might actually just speed up this video while I'm adhering these, because you know how to glue things down. And then I'll be back when we're doing our embossing and cutting up those pieces in half. All right, before I adhere these pieces, I am going to get my bone folder and I'm going to burnish it and fold it. So the way this folds is you've got your mountain folds, your 2 mountain folds. So start with those. You want to burnish those nicely because you want it to sit. And remember, this is going to be a very thick card. So you want it to lay as flat as possible in the envelope that you want it to pop out when the recipient takes it out. All right, then we're going to fold these side panels as valley folds. So we're going to fold those back towards the inside of the card. And I'll do the same with this one. Okay, and then we'll make sure that they meet, and they do. So we'll just give that a nice little press down like so. So far, so good. All right, pretty cool. All right, so let's adhere these panels, make sure that they fit. I noticed on my squares, I must have cut them wrong because there's a, I'll show them to you. See how there's like too much here? Too much there? So I must have cut these squares incorrectly. When you get your PDF tomorrow, don't worry, you'll have the right measurements. I will make sure of that. It's probably just me cutting. Of course it's me cutting. Who else would it be? Oh, these are the front panels. Okay, so I'm going to put these on front. And as I said, I am not going to emboss these pieces. I'm just going to emboss the ones that go on the back. Turn this sideways. You can see it better that way. So, sure it's pretty straight. And this is the center panel. And you can also emboss this piece. You'll notice in my sample when I show you that I did emboss all the Secret C pieces. And yes, so this is Secret C and pecan pie. I was going to say butter pecan. Ooh, I must have that on my mind. That is my husband's favorite ice cream flavor, butter pecan. I don't really have one. I don't know what my flavor is. I just like anything with chocolate or coffee or nuts in it. What is your favorite ice cream? And why are we talking about ice cream? Oh, I know, because I thought butter pecan instead of pecan pie. Oops, I just got off the paper. All right, so let's just adhere this, and we'll set this all aside to finish, and I will get my embossing machine so we can emboss those few pieces. All right, this is a 3D embossing folder, so we're going to use our number 4 plate. Let's pull this out. And the way that you could tell is you could tell how much thicker they are. I don't have the other one in here, but I just realized that. Crazy, right? Because sometimes it doesn't say on the sleeve that it's a 3D embossing folder, and you're sitting there guessing. But I noticed that the thickness is definitely different. Make sure I get that all in there. Okay, close that. And we're good. All right. And then we're going to send this through. So let's see. Well, let's see what we got here. All right. It's interesting because I guess it's not a deep impression, but it does have an impression nonetheless. So it's really pretty, very subtle, which is nice for this particular card. We don't want it to be too harsh. All right. Put that aside here. And let's put these panels on the back. And where's my, oh, here it is. Make sure I put that there too. All right, so we're going to do the back side. And you could use either side. You've got your deboss side, which is not raised, or your raised side. So choice is yours. Love having choices. Lately, I've had this habit of like making my card and not being in the screen of the video. So I'm trying to be a little more conscious of that. It's harder with this mat because the other one had the measurements on it, so I can actually see, okay, I need to stay within this area. Well, this one does not, but I do like this because it's got a cushion to it, so I don't have to use my pierce mat when I am using photopolymer stamps. So it kind of does double duty there. We like that. We like double duty things. Put this one down, then we'll do some stamping. And then we'll cut those pieces. All right, so let's see what we got here. So we have our square, and I'm going to do happy birthday on there. Now, you'll notice that this stamp is quite large, right? That's from Fabulous Sayings. Here, let me show it to you. It's very large. Oh, you can't see it on there either. Actually, you see it better over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stack it. I'm going to stamp happy, and then birthday, or first we'll do birthday, and then we'll do happy. So let's get our secret C out. So, and I want to put something underneath it in case I swoosh or something. So my son had all these cards, these index cards that he didn't use them all from school. So I was like, oh, I could use these as just scrap papers, right? So there you go. There you go. All right, so we're going to do birthday first. So let's ink that up. This stamp makes it very easy because they're separated nicely. So we're just going to go to the edge there. Okay. And I'm going to hover over it. Sure that that's where I want to put it. I think right about there. Okay. Good. So now I want to clean that, and I'm going to stamp happy. And I'll do happy, just like so. And it doesn't look like that. Okay, I'll do happy right about here. And it might catch the top of the H. That's okay. Yep, it did a little bit, but that's okay. All right. All right, so we've got that done. Let's see what else. Let me get my, am I done with this? No, not yet. So let me put this aside far away from me because I don't want to stick my fingers in it. And I'm going to get out pecan pie. And we're going to do our flowers. over top here. We'll do one up here. And then I'm going to do one right below that. Like so. Okay. And I think I don't need this anymore, but I'm going to clean it just in case I want to do it in Secret C. All right, let's put that aside for a minute. And then we're going to stamp this one with, what does this say? To a fabulous friend. Now we know this is too long to go here, right? But what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 2A, fabulous, and then friend. So for that, I am going to need Scotch tape because in order to do fabulous, we have to mask off 2A and friend. So let's do that. What color do I want to do this in? I think we're going to do pecan pie 2A. Okay, so we'll do that first. So it doesn't look like I got it. There we go. All right, so we're going to do 2A. Oh, whoops, bring it down just a little so I can at least put my friend's name there. Okay. A little bit more. Okay, then we'll clean this off. You want to definitely clean that off. And then we're going to do friend also in pecan pie. I'm going to put that right here. I know I have enough space for fabulous. So we'll do that. So, okay. Now the question is, do I need to, I think I need to mask both of these off. So let's get a little bit of tape. And let's see, friend. Just mask that off. That one. So, and then we'll get another piece and do the other side. Let's see, 2A. There we go. So, okay. All right, so I want to stamp that fabulous. Actually, yes, I didn't have to put it on the other one. Okay, so there we go. Try to take off both pieces of tape, just in case I did get some on that. And we'll toss those in the garbage. All right, let's stamp fabulous now. Oh, I have to do that again. I wanted to do that in Secret C. Okay, do over. Let's close. No, I still need pecan pie, so let's put that there. I just stuck my finger in the Secret C. Where, oh, where is my cleaner? Let's see. Should have a wipe in here. I think I do. Good thing I caught that before I got it on my card. All right, now let's try this again. So now we know that we don't need to put the tape on 2A because we can just mask off friend. Right, so that makes it easier. Okay, so there. Okay, so fabulous. Oops, I think I got the A. Nope, I did not. Okay, let's put that aside. Bring this down. And we're going to stamp fabulous right over there. Perfect. Beautiful. I did get the A a little. That's okay. I am going to quickly, sorry about the frog in my throat, my eraser. Where is it? So I'm going to take my eraser and I'm going to just erase that. Yeah, I waited too long. I don't think I can. Oh, I got it. I got it. That's good enough. Okay. Let's close this up to avoid any more accidents. And I don't need memento. I thought I was going to use memento, but I don't need that after all. So let's do our flower. Let's do our leaf in pecan pie. And I'm going to stamp this off once because I want the second generation of it. And we're going to put that right here in the bottom. Like so. Just a little bit. All right, we are done with the inking. Put this aside. That aside there. And we'll take that away. Use that for another time. Okay, let's finish putting this card together. Before I do that, let me cut these pieces. I'm pretty sure that they're nicely adhered to, but let me adhere this one here. So we're just going to add some glue to this white piece. You could also color this flower if you like. I'm not going to color them. I think I like it just the way they are. So, okay. All right, so let's close this up for just a minute, because we still have to put this card together. But let me cut these pieces. So these pieces, you want to cut them on the diagonal. And I'm going to start that in the middle. Sometimes what happens when you're cutting point to point, you might actually end up curling that point. So that's why it's best to start in the middle or somewhere around there. So there we go. We have our two pieces going like that. Then we're going to do the same thing with this one. Let's cut that in half. Looking at the track of my trimmer, and I can see that it needs to be cleaned out. I think it's time for a spa day for my trimmer, my blocks. So after my card class this weekend, well, I'm shooting this way ahead of time, so I will actually do that afterwards. All right, so we're done with the trimmer. Okay, why can't I pick this up now? There we go. I'll put that aside. I'm going to adhere this piece back here. Oh, right, okay. It just has a nice border, nice small border. All right, so that is that. Get some dimensionals. So with these triangles now, they're going to go here. And what you want to do is you want to butt up the edge of this triangle to the edge of the layer, not on the score line, but just on the layer. Okay, and you want it, so you want to bring it down also from the top here. You want to line it up with the top of the secret C. I hope that makes sense. All right, so we're just going to put dimensionals on the back. I think 4 should be enough for each one. Maybe I didn't need the other ones. I'll have them here just in case. Yeah, I don't need the other ones. We don't need these. And while I'm at it, I'm going to put them on this one as well. So I just want to put one on each corner and in the center. And on the other pieces, you just want to put them on the bottom part here. The top it's going to adhere to this, so you don't want dimensionals on that. So we're going to just hang out a second though. We'll do that in a minute. Let's take the backings off of these pieces. So again, I'm looking for the edge and the top edge, and I'm just going to lightly lay it there, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this piece back just to make sure it doesn't hit on it. Like so. Okay, then we can press that down. Okay, so that's good. And then we'll do the same on this piece. Again, I'm lining it up to the top and the edge, but not on the score line. So we'll do that. We'll make sure it's okay, and I think it is, so we can press that down. All right, so this piece now, we just want dimensionals on this part down here. So we're just going to go right from here to there. And same thing on this piece, right? This part, okay. So let's move those up some in the screen. I'm a little too close to the edge. Actually, no, yeah, all right, that's staying there. Maybe I'll put a little one on the corner there. I meant to have that in the corner, but it moved on me. So we're going to move that again. So, and like so. Okay, so let me get a tiny one here. Just piece. Put that right there. Okay. And you want to take the backings off first before you add the liquid glue. It just makes that easier. All right, so now we'll add some liquid glue to that piece here. I'll do the same on this piece while we're at it. Again, I'm looking for the spacing there. Make sure it's up on the secret C piece. So, I did do that wrong. Oh boy. Okay, so let's do this. I had it on the wrong side, so move that up to here. So make sure you put it on the right side. Not like what I just did, but that's okay. That's okay. It worked out just fine. All right, so let's leave there. Should have folded those back, but that's fine. Okay, good. So that is that. Now we can put our beautiful flowers. I was going to call them stars. So what you want to do with these is you want to close up the card, and then naturally you just want to add glue to this side, not on the points. So that should be easy enough. And I thought I was going to use embellishments on these, but I don't think I am. I'm just going to do it just without them. I think those little flowers speak for themselves. Okay, so I'm just hovering over, just like so, because I want to get it fairly equally spaced on these triangles here. I think that looks good, and you just press it down. Do the same with this piece. Right there. Okay, like so. All right. And you definitely want to have a good amount of adhesive on this because it does have moving parts. And wouldn't it stink if it fell apart? Yeah, that wouldn't be too good. Okay, so I'm hovering there. Then I'm just going to scoot it around. I'm happy with it. So, all right, good. So this piece we'll put with dimensionals. I know I said I was going to glue that down, but I think I'm going to put that up with dimensionals. So we just need a few. I think one here, at each point. This one just a tad. So it's fine. I think it'll be okay. All right, so again, just flatten that out. Make sure that those points are equal. And then when they are, you can press that down. And I think that's good. All right, so there you go. How beautiful is this card? Oh my goodness. So pretty. And if you wanted to, you can even add some, either some DSP on these panels here, or you can add some more cardstock and you can emboss it. So many different options that you could do for this card. You can add DSP back here. I mean, really, so many different things you can do. Very versatile card. I love this card. So, so pretty. So, friends, that's all I got for you today. Here, let me bring my other card. This one's a thank you card. And as you can see, I did do embossing on all the Secret C panels. So the ones on the front and also the two that are on the back. And this one I didn't stamp any sentiment here. Just thank you kindly on the front. And I did put the embellishments, which are these right here. And what are these called? Natural matte dots. Love those. Very pretty. Very pretty, friends. Thanks again for watching. And thank you again for subscribing to my channel. And if you're not a subscriber, please be sure to subscribe to my channel and share it with your other crafty friends. Until next time, have a great day. Bye-bye.